some. Yeah, can't wait till I get me some. Go ahead, get you some. Yeah, just watch when I get me some. Go ahead, get you some. Yeah, get you some. Just can't wait till I get me some. Go ahead, get you some. Get you some. Yeah, hey, these can't match my flow. My no, live fast while we slow. Eat steak with, you know, yeah. Home for a while, then back on road. I'm gone, come back, then claim my throne. You mad, you broke, I'm on. We toast, West Coast, we brag, we boast. Then travel all across the globe, turn that loud as it goes. Been counting pounds and euros, I can't be playing with these. They bad, I know. Go ahead, get you some. Yeah. Just watch when I get me some. Go ahead, get you some. Yeah, get you some. Just can't wait till I get me some. Go ahead, get you some. Yeah.
That's a look at our setting tonight. The picturesque city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Along with Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And joining us tonight, Emmy-nominated writer-producer Bill Simmons. Again, you're in the seat, and again, we're so lucky to have him.
I can't believe Brent Barry's here. How'd you get him?
And told him that you were going to... Hey, Dave.
Well, Kevin Love has dramatic...
Great attitude. His work inside, a big part of DA. Thanks. Here's a look now at what's coming up for the Milwaukee Bucks. On Monday, they'll begin a road trip starting Chicago against the Bulls. And then on Wednesday, they'll face off against Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
And look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. The duo inside, Love and Thompson. And it's Osman in at the small forward position. And for the Bucks, the backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. And it's Middleton in at the 3. And he gets the bucket.
Not much else that he can do against something like that. Chris Middleton's so fast in getting that shot off.
The impact of Eric Bledsoe, his ability to penetrate and make plays at the rim. Bill, talk about what he does for the Bucks offense and what you think of his game.
So he's interesting because during the regular season, he was great. To the point that when they gave him an extension during last season, I actually thought it was the right move. It was $70 million.
He was close to all-star status.
Yeah,
right?
And he was really good defensively. I think the problem for him is the playoffs have become a different animal, and they slow down. And he couldn't really adjust to that style. I thought he lost his confidence. It got to the point where they were just benching him for portions of quarters in must-win games. So, you know, he's got to figure out how can he control a game offensively when it's not just like run, gun, fast break? Because the style they put in the regular season was really good for him. Mm-hmm. They were just going. But in the playoffs, you can't do that. You're going to have games where it slows down. So how do you handle that, I think, would be the big thing. I thought he lost his confidence.
Here's Osman, defended by Middleton. Jacked up a 3. They get it back. And there's Thompson putting it right back in.
Now that's what Tristan Thompson does best, just working the glass and working the D over.
And here's Matthews for the 3. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2. Bill, in the age of positionless players and positionless basketball, is there any player that, in your opinion, is more versatile than Giannis Antetokounmpo?
I think KD is probably more versatile because he can basically do anything you want offensively and guard for the 5 positions defensively. I think what makes Giannis so unique is he's basically a center, but doesn't have to play center and can play any of the 5 positions. But if you look at his stats last year versus any Shaq season, it's basically the same season. He's doing 27 and 13. He's protecting the rim. You don't think of him as a center, but he really is. But I think what makes him special and what is the next level for him is his ability to play point forward or point center on one end, but then protect the rim on the other end. And once he adds that last piece offensively, which, for Kawhi, it was 2017? Exactly. And he had that, all of a sudden he could create that little 18-footer for himself, and then he became unstoppable. That's the last piece for Giannis.
That ties the game.
Yeah, strength and attitude there on the glass shown by Kevin Love.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Korver comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And George Hill's subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. What a surge it's been for the Bucks at the top of the Eastern Conference last year. 60 wins, the most since 1981.
Right, and much like those teams from the 80s, they fell short in the end.
Yeah.
And that's been the rub with the Bucks is, as you look back at so many years in a row, so close, couldn't do it. And then this last year against Toronto, they win the first 2. Game 3's double OT. And then all of a sudden, a week later, their season's over. So they've never quite been able to get over the hump since the days of Lou Alcindor.
The nice thing is, though, this team is making the mandatory steps, it seems, that all these teams eventually have to make to get to where they want to go.
Right. They're trying to keep the team together that they succeeded with last year. Sometimes when you have success, you think that you should keep that success together, and that can be dangerous because really I felt like that team underachieved. They lost to a Toronto team that they had just performed better than during the season. So what's that last piece that you need? And I guess the last piece for Milwaukee now is, can Giannis be the closer? We haven't seen it yet.
Hill kicks to Connaughton. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo dishes to Korver. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. Antetokounmpo's got 3 assists now in this one. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Cleveland Cavaliers. 7-point differential. Bill, was in Boston where you received your master's degree in journalism. What attracted you to this profession? Why journalism?
I couldn't do anything else, and I didn't like manual labor.
No, really.
No, that really was it. I was good at writing.
Like anybody in your family or anybody you want to know?
I was always a good writer, and I liked writing and sports.
Yeah.
So just kind of like, I'll do those 2 things
Did
together.
it in high school, I'm assuming? Right?
Yeah, started in high school. I